Martha. Yeah. At the age 73, she's the only white woman with more street cred than Luda and Snoop combined. True story. Please welcome 5 years the lifestyle guru, Martha Stewart, everybody.
First of all, thank you, Kevin Hart. It's really great to be here. Oh, there you are. Sitting and listening to you yell your jokes over the last hour is the hardest time I've ever done. As we all know, Kevin is one of the biggest movie stars in the business right now, and he deserves it. He struggled for years. When he finally got his first big paycheck, he spent $150,000 on a watch. I forget that term for that. It's not African American rich. It'll come to me. Justin, you know the word. I know you're all wondering why I'm here tonight. It's because Martha Stewart changes people's lives for the better. Like Shaq, for instance. When Shaq bought his house, Shaq, are you listening? I was the person he called. The house had 13 bedrooms, and I helped convert 8 of them into refrigerators. I believe the bedroom is the most important room in the house, but I don't have to tell you that, Ludacris. You have 3 kids with 3 different women. May I suggest pulling out some time and finishing on some fine, highly absorbent Martha Stewart bed linens? It's nice to see Snoop again. One of the highest rated episodes of my show, Martha Stewart Living, was when Snoop and I made brownies together. And I've used his recipe ever since. As a matter of fact, I ate 3 of them right before they called and asked me to do this roast. Snoop, I see that you've been following my beauty regimen. You would never know that Snoop Dogg is 43 now, which is 3 times as long as actual dogs live, and twice as long as most of his friends. I taught Snoop that the most important thing in business is diversification. Besides his music career, Snoop now has produced a porn movie. And by the way, Natasha, you were great in that. So I guess that tonight's the second time you've worked with 5 black guys. You know, I do a lot of gardening, but you are without a doubt the dirtiest used up hoe I have ever seen. Natasha, when a woman is as sexually active as you are, they have to take special care of their body. I've come up with a douche that no one has ever heard of, you know, like Crystal Leia. And Hannibal, might have been trying to remember who you remind me of. Then it hit me. You look just like that gingerbread man I left in the oven too long. Let's get to the reason I'm here tonight, which is to give Justin Bieber some tips to use when he inevitably ends up in prison. I've been in lockup, and you wouldn't last a week, so pay attention. The first thing you'll need is a shank. I made mine out of a pintail comb and a pack of gum. I'll show you how later. It's so simple. I found Bubblicious works best, and it's so much fun to say. You see, when I did my stretch, all the hood rats on my cell block wanted to break off a piece of Martha Stewart's ass, so I decided some bitch needed to get got. I walked into the chow hall, picked out the biggest bull dyke, and I stuck her. From then on, prison was easier than making blueberry scones.
Whatever. TSO. Then available. Master jobs. Master programming. I'm gonna try this Valorant. And I'll do that and then I'll go to sleep. I was starting to get hungry. Skip breakfast. Now I'm hungry. Say fasting is when you try to get closer to God. There we go. See how this run. Messed up the screen. Guess this TV's on. 78, 86. Y'all don't give me up till I see what this messed up screen. What's up with this?
Agent, welcome to Valorant. It's Brimstone. I'll be taking you through some training, so this base is still getting cleaned up. Jump and crawl your way to that gun over there. How's the charges?
What's up with this? Yeah, it's like messed up.
How's the charges? pouches. Now shoot that flying target for me. Speed is everything. Remember to stop before you fire. Right on these spots. How's the photography? Alright, Agent, 3 more. Oh, consider yourself to be only fight one at a time. Aim down sight for a closer look. Oh,
That's a little bit of
next
auto
one
aim.
can't see you, but it will hear you. Walk slowly so it doesn't detect your footsteps. Then take it by surprise. Try out some different guns on this stuff. Normally you have to pick out which guns in a building to set your threads on. But for now, go wild. Take this time to check your settings. Adjust your aim sensitivity. Review your keybinds. Custom fit.
Yeah, let me get out of this while I mess the TV up. It's a cool little game, but
Much like more broader stuff. Like, so I want to watch like Fairy Tail. I also want to get more into sports anime. So I really want to watch Haiku. I haven't watched The Promised Land. I know that's on the list that Wise wants me to watch. God. Ace Kid. Hold on.
Mario?
Mario.
Instead of Wanda? I'll find Mario.
Different camps when I have different camps. I die for my motherfucking nigga.
I got Blaze Blue on here. Yeah. Don't talk that dumb stuff. I gotta put Java back on here. Cool story, bro. I know when Brian's coming back online.
be 1. So we will store that value in X. We will go back to draw. We will clear the screen. We will draw a spaceship.
And then X would be
X will be, yeah. And because the variable X here is created outside of the scope of spaceship and draw, spaceship and draw will use X. And then spaceship will use X. We will draw it with the value 1 and 0. We'll go down here. This is 1. We'll go back to draw. Go to clear. Go back to spaceship. Clear spaceship. And that's why it just kept on going to the end.
this disappears when we don't have a box anymore.
Where did it go? It's still going.
It's gone. It's probably it stops it. It stopped going.
Right. It's not because it's double. Alright. So then we have the action Y. We can do the same with thing as well. Let's do that. Y is equal to Y plus 1.
Diagonal box.
Diagonal fashion. But we don't want it to always move. We want to tell it when to move. We are in control here. Right. So there is a thing in the reference guide which is called key press. It's both a function, we will do that in a bit, and then there's also a value. It will just tell us true or false. So let us ask our first question.
If you pressed.
You want to do that? You want to do that?
Yeah, I can hit that. So it's if
And we want to do it above it here, and you'll see why in a minute. Above it here.
so if what was the point? Is it
Yeah.
key pressed?
With a big key.
It's pressed.
Then you close the parentheses. And then, like in a function, you do curly braces.
Oh,
Just like a function.
so true.
So if key is pressed, let me put it in here. If key is pressed, alright.
Is it true?
No, we don't have to ask.
Oh.
So this is the same thing as doing this.
Oh, okay.
If key pressed is true, but we don't have to do that. So if key is pressed,
90.
then let's do X is equal to X plus 1. If the key is being pressed, we will update the X value. Let's try that. Just press any key. Doesn't matter what key it is.
It's like race to the end. You win.
Exactly.
Nice.
So we have two issues here. It's any key, and it's only the X value. So let's fix that. And what we can do is we can ask questions within the if. Because what happens here within the curly braces is just any code. We can also ask questions. There's another variable here called key. There's a system variable called key, and it will call recent key being pressed. And an if clicking point here is it's either being pressed or released. So just the recent key. So here we can see if key is being pressed. Let me make it a little bigger. If being pressed, then ask another question. If the key is, so here we have the double equals. Double equals is to not assign a value, but to ask a question. Are you? And for the letter B, we have to put it in single quotes because we want to, everything is a number, even the B, but it is like the number 66, I think. And we don't want to remember that if key is equal to 66, and what does that mean? We would rather say if key is equal to single quote B. But this just means the number 66, I think, or 65. So there's no difference. So this isn't any magic with letters. It's just an association of numbers. So if you go back here, if we ask question, is the key, let's do the key B.
on other screw brackets.
So we have what we call nested if statement. We have an if statement, and then we have our curly braces, and within those curly braces we have another if statement, and then we can put code in these curly braces. This means that if key is pressed and if the key is B. We will see later how we can join these things together, but it is.
Now we need to tell it x plus 1.
There you go. Yeah, do that. Call on. Right.
I'm scared. Just hitting D. I'm hitting T now, and nothing's happening. Okay? I hit D and move. Hold it down and do it.
Exactly. And we want more keys now. So we're asking the question if the key is being pressed. So here's the question: is the key B? Okay, great. But what if it's up? Here below, we can ask another question. If key is, let's say, key A. See that's nice how it highlights the character, makes it a little orange, just to let you know that, yeah, we did the right thing. The if is a little bit blue, the variables are a little green.
Colors.
Let's figure out what's going on. But what, so B is forwards, in this case, A is then backwards. Right? So how would we do that?
X equals minus 1.
Yeah, try that out.
Oh,
There
snap.
we go. X equals X minus 1. Let's keep on going.
Doesn't like that very much. I hit it too fast, it doesn't want to.
That's what I thought it was.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Let's continue going. So if the key is W,
Y plus 1.
you think it's Y plus 1? Let's try it out.
Now you scared me.
Try it out.
I'm slow typing.
It's fine.
No, it's Y equals 5 plus.
I know. Y equals Y plus 1. Let's try
Oh, it's minus 1.
minus 1.
Why is that? Why is it minus 1?
So let's go up. So if I do it correctly from the handout perspective, this way on the screen we have is X going in a positive direction. This way is Y going in a positive direction. So off the screen,
Come.
On Bill's church, the unholy Bill's chapel next door, the one holiest day of the year.
Mary wants you to pray to her.
Holy.
Hail Mary.
Dear Teamsters Good Friday on the theaters.
Customized and steak with Liberty Mutual.
Thank you.
Oh, this game rules. Crispy, juicy, tender chicken? Jack. And spicy. Also Jack. Introducing McDonald's new spicy crispy chicken sandwich.
Did you see a problem?
Yeah.
It's moving around quickly.
It doesn't like doing that very much.
No. What do you think that is?
Because it's not righty.
No? So, for those who are just watching, if I hit T, it will go this way. If I hit W, it will go up. Even though I'm pressing both buttons at the same time. Now I'm hitting S.
Only saving the
The last
last.
one is pressed. Like the Russian cards.
A new lower interest rate can save you thousands. And Splash can find you that new low rate at one interest. Get debt free faster. Visit splashfinancial.com today.
I just pressed.
I'm Sarah Cyber in Minneapolis, and this is CNN.
I can't go right.
I want to thank you for watching. I won't be with you tomorrow night. A blessed Easter, rebirth and renewal for those who it applies. And you know what? No matter what you believe, it applies to all of us. We can all use rebirth and renewal right now. CNN Tonight with the big star.
That's a problem, right?
Well, you would think like during this holiday season, the news would get slow. But listen, we're dealing with what's coming out of Minneapolis and also what's coming out of Washington D.C. Allegations at this point, but to have a sitting congressman entwined and entangled in this. It's really, really something.
We have another chapter in your next book called "I've Never Seen Anything Like It in My Lifetime." We have it with the voter suppression. You and I didn't live through Jim Crow. We have it with what we're seeing about the push against systemic inequality. We've never seen anything like this in our lifetime.
Right.
And now on the political side, we've never seen anything like Trump and the reduction of the standards that his party supposedly held dear. And this could be the apogee of it. Absolutely. It's good to hear the lawmakers say, hey, we should wait for the investigation before we proclaim what to do with them. That's nice. It's nice that they're respecting due process all of a sudden. But I'm saying I've never heard of a sitting member of Congress ever having these questions asked. This is heavy duty.
It's heavy duty. And you're right on. As I was watching, because I was preparing the same thing. If what is alleged is true, really serious. The first part of it, right? And then the second part that came out today, that's alleged. If what's alleged is true, showing pictures.
That's a political problem.
That's a political problem. One is a legal problem, the other is a political problem.
For getting rid of Gates.
Or it could be if the deny shiny object that worked during Trump, if that still works. If that's
I'd be shocked if he resigns. And if they say, hey, you can't be showing naked pictures or whoever on the, I think he'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not resigning. Vote me out. And I don't know. Yeah, it is. It's an allegation. If he didn't show the pictures, he should be saying that right now. But you got to be careful, because if you really push the limit with other members of Congress and they go bad on you, which I've never seen on the right. I haven't seen in this modern era. We know it has to be coming for the right, because if he had showed pictures like that to members of the left, they would have said it right away. So his own are going bad on him. They didn't even do that with the QAnon lady.
No, not at all. So she's still standing by him. So is Jim Jordan. So,
you know, and I'm getting some heat from people saying, well, hey, wait a minute, you're not talking about the extortion scheme enough. It doesn't make sense to me. I know it's being investigated, but even if everything Gates says about these people trying to extort his dad, it has nothing to do with the other investigation.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't make any sense. I don't even understand how it is extortion based on their own reckoning of the situation. Extortion has to have a threat and a demand.
And
I don't know that it exists.
It doesn't have either, at least what he is claiming, because that's not what is alleged. That's what he is alleging. He is not alleged.
I'm just saying, if I'm going to give you a cover story, Don, and I say it's extortion, it's going to sound like extortion. I promise you that.
Well, we'll see if he, he's been on your show. Let's see if he, picks up the phone and comes back.
I tried to call the number I have, and it said,
the number you have dialed is not in service.
It says this person is not taking calls at this time.
Yeah, well, again, and we're having fun here, but it is innocent until proven guilty. So we shall see. Thank you, my brother.
Oh, absolutely. Due process all the way. D. Lemon, I know I'll see you this weekend, but I love you. And rebirth and renewal to me means recommitment to what matters. Family that I choose matters to me as much as my own. That's you, brother. I love you.
I'm going to come, and we got some palm fronds for you, all kinds of, because you need lay hands, all kinds of stuff. Whatever we can do to help you.
I'll lay some hands. I'll talk to you.
Thank you, sir. I love you. This is CNN Tonight. I'm Don Lemon, and as we said, we've got a lot of news covered. We got Minneapolis. We got the trial going on. Some very serious things happening there. But this is a breaking news because it is coming in now. It's happening now. This is about the Florida GOP Congressman Matt Gaetz facing a Justice Department investigation over allegations of sex trafficking and having a sexual relationship with an underage girl. I mean, those are pretty serious charges for anyone, especially a sitting congressman. Two sources now saying investigators are also pursuing allegations that he used cash and drugs in his dealings with young women. And tonight, sources are also saying that Gaetz allegedly showed photos and videos of nude women that he said that he had slept with to other lawmakers, including doing so while on the House.
Yo, his hair is just, he needs another hairstyle.
It's nothing sacred anymore. So we're going to continue to follow that breaking story, get all of the developments as they come in the hours that we are on the air and beyond. So that's all just ahead. Now, though, I want to turn to the other big story, another big story, and that is George Floyd, who really is, George Floyd is everyone. That's right, I just said it, and I'll say it again. George Floyd is everyone. He is all of us. He's you, he's me. He was no different than any of us. We live our lives and go about our lives. He had highs, he had joys, he had Did you know that George Floyd was a mama's boy? That's right. I know you probably didn't know that until today. A mama's boy who was devastated when his mom died. We know that now because his girlfriend, Courtney Ross, told us that. When she took the stand today in the murder trial of ex-police officer Derek Chauvin, accused of killing Floyd by kneeling on his neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Showing no empathy at all. Showing no mercy for a man begging for his life, gasping for air, gasping for breath. I'm still trying to process the sheer horror of it all. This is what this case is all about. What do you want? It is so difficult to watch. So gut-wrenching. Sickening. You know, it goes on for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Floyd, pleading for his life, saying repeatedly that he couldn't breathe. I can't breathe. Many people probably dismissed George Floyd as a big, bad black dude, right? Who may have been high when Minneapolis police arrested him for trying to pass a counterfeit $20 bill. But he was a man, he was a human being, he was a mama's boy who stumbled, as have so many of us. Honestly, who among us is perfect? If you think you are, then you should probably call your mom or go see a therapist. I know my mom would knock me down a few pegs if I said, I'm perfect, Mom. She's like, really? Let me tell you how imperfect you are. I bore you, I raised you. You're not perfect. George Floyd was all of us. He had a job. He went to work as a security guard. You can relate to this, right? Because he lost his job when the pandemic hit. So millions and millions of people did as well. Millions are still out of work because of COVID. And like so many of us, George Floyd fell in love. Courtney Ross said that they met in August 2017 at a Salvation Army shelter in Minneapolis, where she had gone to meet up with the father of her son, who did not come down to see her. She said she was upset, and George Floyd, who was the security guard on duty that night, came over to comfort her.
Floyd was discreet, deep, southern voice, raspy. Sis, you okay, sis? And I wasn't okay. Because, I'm just waiting for my son's father. He said, can I pray with you? I was tired. We've been through so much. My sons and I. And this kind person just to come up to me and say, can I pray with you?
You've been in love before, haven't you? You never know where it's going to come from and which form. You just don't. And when it shows up, though, you know it. You love it. Ross said that they had their first kiss that night, right there in the lobby, and their 3-year relationship began. And she was honest with the court, testifying that both she and Floyd suffered from opioid addiction.
It's a classic story of how many people get addicted to opioids. We both suffered from chronic pain. Mine was in my neck and his was in his back. We both had prescriptions. But after prescriptions that were filled and tried really hard to break that addiction many times.
We've talked about it over the last couple of years at length about addiction. She and George Floyd, no different than millions of Americans who suffer from drug addiction struggling between using drugs, trying to stay clean, right? You get a prescription for opioid or a painkiller because you have some sort of pain, something happened, a back problem, something, a spasm, something, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're addicted. Shouldn't happen, but it does. It's happened to millions of Americans. They were like so many couples as well. Their relationship had its ups and downs. But in her testimony, she talked about a loving man who loved food, loved to work out, loved his children. The good days and the not so good days. George Floyd, just like every one of us. But when he ran into trouble with Minneapolis police last Memorial Day, they didn't respect him as a human being. They didn't see him that way. After his encounter in Cup Foods, a police officer ordered him out of his car while pointing a gun at him. For a counterfeit 20. Floyd was clearly in distress, clearly frightened, begging the officer not to shoot him, fearful. Just like you would be, just like any of us would be. Pleading for his life, repeatedly telling ex-officer Chauvin, who was kneeling on his neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, that he could not breathe. Neither Chauvin nor any of the other officers showing any empathy to a dying man. No mercy. No mercy. Look, think about this before we get to the testimony today. Everyone who's out there on the street, everybody on the TV, everybody, hey! What are you doing? Get off of this thing. Let him breathe. Come on, y'all. That's enough. Except for the people who were supposed to protect and serve. Where's the breakdown? Why is that? Everybody else showed him. Everybody else saying, hey, let the guy breathe. Let him live. Is it that serious? Except for the people who are supposed to protect and serve. Shouldn't we be talking about that and wondering that as a society? Who did that protect? Who did it serve? Certainly didn't protect George Floyd's life, and didn't serve any of the members of the community, including the people at Cup Foods. Because there was a man that died right there in front of the store, and for everyone in that community to witness the scene. Who did it protect and serve? No one. One of the paramedics who arrived at the scene in testimony today couldn't have been more blunt. Even after George Floyd's body was taken away, Derek Chauvin showed no remorse for what had just taken place. Called the supervisor. This is newly released audio that was played in court just today.
But we just had to hold the guy down. He was going crazy. When going, wouldn't go in the back of the squad.
So the supervisor testifying today that Chauvin should have ended his use of force when George Floyd stopped resisting. He did not. And Floyd stopped breathing. We're going to have a lot more today on day 4 of Chauvin's murder trial. And I just want to point out that this is important right now. This is really important right now. There is someone who is a hero to all of us who believe in free and fair elections, someone who believes in democracy. You know who that is? That's Georgia State Representative Park Hanna, arrested and charged with obstruction for knocking on Governor Brian Kemp's door just last week as he was signing into law in private, and behind closed doors, the bill restricting voting access in Georgia, a bill that does a lot of harm to black voters and other voters of color.
As horrible as that experience was, and as difficult as it is to acknowledge